What's going on, everybody? Yes, I'm back. I have been under the weather, and it has sucked a lot, but I am back, and it is very good to be back. We're going to be getting into the charts. We're going to be getting into a very, very cool KASPA breakdown. Going to be taking a look at the charts. Going to be taking a look at why I'm bullish on KASPA, and why I also encourage other folks to take a look at the project as well. KASPA has been one of the most bullish projects of 2023, and I don't see that slowing down for the next year. If you actually look at a year bubble chart, you can see that Bonk has done very, very well down here at the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but then you can see up here KASPA has done the second best out of all this bubble chart here in the top 100. So it's up 200. It's up 2,483% on the year. Bonk, again, you can't see it. Maybe I can drag it up. There you go. Bonk is up almost 6,000%. So Bonk has done better, hands down. But it's a meme coin. KASPA is not a meme coin. Let's go ahead and take a look over at the Bitcoin charts. You can see I've got the weekly pulled up. That's probably pretty helpful to take a look at really quick. Not a chart that we look at super often, but as you can see, it is coming into some resistance that we had back here in September of 2021, put in pretty strongly there. And also this wick down on November of 2021, also, kind of in that same region of 42,000. Bitcoin has been struggling to get up above this 45,000, as we know, that it wicked up to back here on this monthly candle back here in December 4th. Early December is when we saw the most bullish momentum, and since then it's kind of been, on the weekly at least, kind of printing out a pattern that doesn't really fall squarely into any one category, in my opinion. But back on the daily, you can kind of see a little bit more of the story being told, and that would be, close to a pennant, to be honest with you, which usually those go ahead and break bullish. I'll draw it out for you so you guys can see kind of what I'm seeing here on the charts as well. So some might call it a pennant, some might call it, a descending wedge. It'd be very subtly descending, but I mean, this looks bullish to me, right? It's happened a couple of times here, and that there's been, breakouts from consolidation. This one here was a big move up about 20%, call it, from this, kind of consolidation. And this consolidation also produced about a 36% move to the upside. So Bitcoin continuing to outperform. Guys, if you are interested in the charts, if what I just did kind of intrigues you, but you don't really know exactly what I did and what it means, then you're in the right place, right? Welcome to crypto. Welcome to charts. Maybe you're coming from the stock market world. Maybe you're coming from one of those types of, risk asset worlds. Go ahead and do me a favor, do yourself a favor, and subscribe to this channel. You'll be glad that you did. I'm going to be covering the news, focusing on KASPA today. But we here at the Investing Bros, we focus on all things crypto, and we get into stocks a little bit as well, and we cover the macroeconomic absolutely quite intensively. Well, taking a look here at KASPA's chart, right? This one is really, really interesting for a couple of different reasons. The first one I'm going to show you, this is a textbook bull cross here on the MACD. I'm on the 1-day chart, right? So this isn't some exotic time frame, right? This is the most viewed time frame for traders, right? This and investors. This is a bull cross, right? You had waning red histograms this waning started back in December of 19th. This deceleration of bearish momentum, and is very quickly looking to go ahead and flip this into green histograms to go ahead and signal buying pressure being the dominant pressure in the market there. So, but as for now, it is just only broken above the midline of that Bollinger Band here on the 1 day, and that is the price of KASPA. It went ahead and wicked all the way up to the upper band, but couldn't close there on the daily. Has wicked, basically gave back 8%, 9% in that wick, and now folks are just wondering what is going to happen. Is it going to come back down and kind of reject off of that? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm coming off the flu, guys, so A couple extra symptoms here. Another thing I'm noticing here, well, folks are wondering if it is going to go back and kind of break through and go back and test 15 cents, break into 16 cents, or if it's going to have a little bit of a test lower. It didn't spend much time in this zone of resistance right here, just around 9.5 cents. It's got some. I would make the argument that it probably needs to come back and test this. But the thing is we're only 11 days from the Bitcoin spot ETF news event, and that is kind of an all bets off event, right? We don't know what is going to happen on that day, whether or not the spot ETFs get approved or not. We also don't know what's going to happen to price. It is still up for debate, right? My guess, my prediction, is that we will get the approval of the spot ETFs. It'll be a blanket approval to all the ETFs except maybe one or two, which will be a surprise and a controversy, but it won't matter too much because the price will still go up. And that's my prediction. We had a fake out. We had some fake news. I can't remember exactly when it was. I want to say, but it showed that Bitcoin will spike whenever these spot ETFs go live, get approved. And they'll go live just days after. Is what I've seen from some of the ETF aficionados. And by go live, I mean pension funds, banks, institutions, retail will be able to purchase this spot Bitcoin ETF on the Robinhoods, the TD Ameritrades, and all of the other fund U.S. stock brokerage that exist. And so all of that is going to play into potentially KASPA not coming down and spending very much time in the 9 cent zone, right? So this bull cross here, very bullish, obviously. Taking a look at the Ichimoku, you can kind of see that the zero line has provided a good amount of support here for the momentum, and it has put in a lower low, which isn't great to see, but it's a higher low relative to this low that was put back in September, right? So the story here is one of definitely up and to the right momentum for the Ichimoku. That's not exactly how you read it, right? It's a little bit different here, but the Ichimoku looking like it's getting a good, healthy turnaround here. It had a failed turnaround here. Now it's getting a little bit more success in this turnaround to go back up and get into the bullish zone where the bulls will be able to take control and push price higher as they did back here. And as you can see, folks forget about this, but KASPA from this consolidation right to the peak has seen 200%, and that's in the matter of 19 bars, so less than a month, right? Well, and even back here, it's 13 bars, so about 13 days. Absolutely insane movement to the upside. So we've seen it. I was able to ride this up, and this was very nice to do. I've bought a little bit since then, just kind of nibbled on it, right? But I have a decent amount of exposure to KASPA. If you are unfamiliar with it, I'm going to give you one of the reasons that I'm bullish on it, which is the gentleman behind KASPA, Yonatan Sopolinsky. Yonatan is Israeli computer scientist, founding scientist of DAG Labs, and founder of KASPA. He's one of the researchers behind the Ghost DAG protocol and Ethereum's original roadmap. And that's really a lot of the meat and potatoes of why I'm bullish, is because he's been in crypto. He's been an important part of crypto for a long time. He's contributed to Ethereum's original roadmap, and he's been cited by Charles Hoskinson, by Vitalik Buterin. He's even cited in a few different white papers. I believe the Polkadot white paper and I want to say the AVAX white paper, right? So he's someone who's contributed to the space quite significantly. And when KASPA went live much more recently than some of those names that I just said, it kind of left a lot of people being like, wow, he's waited a while. He's learned from the industry, and now he's going to have the advantage of not having the baggage, right, that a lot of these other projects have, the negative connotations that some of these other projects have, whether they be high fees or, mainnet downtime or whatever it is. Yonatan Sopolinsky has waited a good amount of time to go ahead and launch KASPA, and that may work in his favor. It certainly has so far if you take a look at the price chart. But another thing you'll notice is it's kind of doing a little bit of the stable coin, a lot of crab movement ever since that big move higher, right? A lot of investors were very highly compelled to go ahead and invest all the way up through this move higher. And really, you don't see a ton of selling You see a good amount of buying here just south of 10 cents, 10.5 cents, right? But there's not a lot of new buyers coming into the market. And you do get if we can't close, higher than 15 cents, which I doubt we're going to see, then we're going to get a second lower high from right here and from back here in early December, mid-December, and now we're here in late December. So it's going to spell the third lower high, which isn't great, right? And you've also gotten a lower low, right? So, from a chart standpoint of the candlestick analysis, I'd say that KASPA maybe isn't so bullish, right? But there's a lot of other indicators that I've shown you guys, the Ichimoku, the MACD, and the proximity to the midline of the Bollinger Band that would disagree with that and say that it is bullish. So we'll see. We'll have to see how this one shakes out. There's hasn't been a lot of news on KASPA recently. That could change. It's still another reason why I have a lot of bullish instincts when it comes to KASPA is for the very reason of how you can actually go buy it, right? It's not very easy to purchase KASPA, especially in the United States. I'm going to tell you how you can here in just a second, but where you can find it is actually limited. You can see here, the different markets, the different exchanges where KASPA is available: Gate.io, KuCoin, Bybit, MEXC, BitGet, CoinEx, right? And some of these are not actually available in the United States. Some of them are. But the way that I buy KASPA is actually through Uphold, through the Uphold app. And you can actually get that by clicking in the link below, which is actually for Uphold, right? I don't think we as a channel get any kind of kickbacks from that. I think it's just a positive, way to hold KASPA. Here's the link for it in our description. Buy KASPA at the Uphold link. So there you go. It's below the Robinhood link and above the Exodus wallet link. I don't remember exactly. It's not a discount. You don't get anything free, but that's how you can buy KASPA. If you don't have any KASPA yet, right, and you've been in crypto and you've held Bitcoin for at least a year, now might be a good time to branch into the altcoins. And KASPA is definitely one that has a lot of upside potential, but you have to have the stomach for what could be some pretty big sell-offs. Let's go ahead and turn to the chat to see what's going on. I'm seeing Army Piper in the chat. It's a good morning when he's in the chat. He said, "Good morning, all." And Crux of Crypto also saying, "What up, bros?" Alexandria G said, "Good morning, bros." Good to see you, Alexandria, coming in and hanging out with us. Bobby C said, "What's up?" And also Piper Academy saying, "Let's get it." Gotta love that. Piper Academy will be going live here at 9:30. So that is really, really good. Make sure you guys tune in for more in-depth technical analysis over at Prime Academy. Jorge Rivera said, "Hi, T-Shroom. Where to buy GFAL? Does ever will be on ETH? Does ever will be on ETH?" Not exactly sure what you mean there. I suspect you mean, can you buy it on the ETH network? Will the token ever be integrated with the ETH network? I don't know about that. I don't know about their roadmap. My suspicion is that already is available on ETH. I'm not sure. But where to buy GFAL? So GFAL is going to be, because of how small of a cap it is, it's a little bit tough to actually predict based on the charts. There are some folks who kind of delve into that. Maybe Piper Academy will do that actually for you. So go ahead and jump in there. I have a little bit more of a tight schedule. I've got some news I need to cover. GFAL is a small cap gem that a lot of folks are very bullish on, and it's worth looking into. I hold some for sure. I called that one baby, said Eric Wallen. Cartesi getting a shout out here from Indie Rock Crypto. All right. And Alex O in the chat. What's up, Alex O? Good to see you. TradeFly said, "T-Shroom, one of the smoothest voices in the game." I really appreciate it there, TradeFly. And a lot of other love in the chat. Love to see it from Dylan Martinez, Meek Vision. I am T-Shroom. We're all T-Shroom. I like that one. Dave Digital shouting it out. Excellent. All right, perfect. Well, thank you all so much for coming on in. If you haven't already, leave us a like, smash the like, and also consider subscribing if this is the first time you're interacting with us here. And there's actually a lot of you who watch these videos, whether it be my morning news or whether it be the other videos that we put out, live streams at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, or Tim's TA video that go live at 8:30. That aren't subscribed. You got to subscribe, guys. When you subscribe, you really support the channel. You help us get where we need to be as a project, and then also, you're not going to miss out on all of the amazing content that we put out. So, subscribe. You'll definitely not be disappointed. That's for sure. Zinji Photo said, "Much love, T-Shroom. All of the best." Yes, I'm loving to see so much support. I was very, very sick yesterday. I'm still feeling a little bit low energy, but I'm feeling much better. Thank you to, I think it's called NyQuil. I'm not exactly sure, but Dayquil, whatever. All right, let's check it out, guys, because we got some bullish news here. We got to get into it, baby. Spot Bitcoin ETF approval will bring more institutional investors into crypto, says Goldman Sachs executive. Well, this should not come as a surprise to you, but we are getting this today. Okay, 5 a.m. This article was written. So the importance of this is that it's being read by, Wall Street. So Matthew McDermott, he had head of digital assets over at Goldman. He said, one, it broadens and deepens the liquidity in the market. And why does it do that? It does that because you're actually creating institutional products that can be traded by institutions that don't need to touch the bare assets. So he also thinks that, to him, that opens up the universe of pensions and insurers, which insurers and pensions have trillions and trillions of dollars. They manage funds for very, very large swaths of retail, right, who don't want to do their own investment. That's what a fiduciary is. And when you buy health insurance and life insurance, there are certain products in those industries where the money that you're paying in can go sit in a fund and be invested. And so, a lot of people, especially in the life insurance world, that money can be invested into markets, into investments, while it's sitting there waiting for you to break your leg, right, or die and pay out to your beneficiaries. So there's a lot of money locked up in the insurance world, but also the pension world. The pension world, in case you don't know, or you're familiar with the term in a different way, the pension world is mostly, it's like a lot of government workers and some large corporation workers that are kind of close to the public world. Those folks, they have their and the armed services in the United States, they have their money in what's called a pension, right? And that gets dripped out to them, whether it be every month or every week, whatever it is. But that money too is also invested, and most of the investment is going to continue to go into low-risk stocks and treasuries, stocks like big pharmaceutical companies, maybe energy companies, right, that pay a dividend. But some of that money, close to 1%, some people are predicting 3% of the current pension, which pension kind of trough, which is trillions and trillions of dollars, that some of that money is going to get allocated into assets like Bitcoin first, and then maybe Ethereum, and then on down the line and out past the risk curve. So ultimately, very, very bullish, and Goldman Sachs is out there ringing the alarm bells for folks to understand the potential in the digital asset industry here as we move into what could be a very big day, very big in January 10th. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm still feeling some of the residual symptoms of being sick, but here we go. Let's get into it here. Avalanche Foundation to invest in meme coin collection. So this is actually pretty interesting. The concept here is that if these bigger chains, these bigger projects go ahead and buy up some of the meme coins, it brings in developers, and it brings in kind of this, what they call a culture catalyst, right? So that's kind of what they're aiming for. And some of the meme coins that they talk about here are the AVAX and COQ Inu meme tokens. So those are the kind of the ones that they're taking a look at. But if you actually take a look at COQ token, which is kind of one of the bigger meme tokens on AVAX, it actually has not done all that well in the last 24, 48 hours. It did have a spike here when it hit the bottom, but ultimately, I did an entire live stream on it. I didn't buy it because the fees were too high, and so I didn't actually buy COQ, right? But it then proceeded to, from December 23rd, December 25th, so Christmas saw COQ basically give back to the market a lot of the gains that it had, to the tune of about 70%. Goodness gracious. And then about 75% down to these wicks, right? Well, since then, from the bottom of the wick, it has gained 138%. So this is the news that's popping off of from now. That's COQ. The other one I don't really know much about, so I don't want to talk about Husky AVAX, but perhaps you know about it. This is literally the first time I'm hearing of that, so tread very, very lightly, tread with caution. I can say COQ, though, is one to watch, and I brought it to you all's attention for a good entry point, and I'm glad I did. I mean, if you'd taken my advice and kind of had this on your radar, if you saw this as an entry down here, or even an entry on this wick, you'd be looking pretty at like 100 and something percent, which is very, very nice. I don't give any financial advice here on this YouTube channel, but I do give you advice of coins to keep on your radar. This is definitely one that I'm keeping a close eye on, because we have seen meme coins do very, very well in 2023 in very short periods of time, right? So you have to be very, very careful. I don't invest in meme coins at all. I don't buy and hold them, right? I just try to time big moves. So this could be something to watch as COQ is kind of nearing that midline of the Bollinger Band there on the 4-hour, and it could potentially see continued moves to the upside. You do also see some resistance back here that could be coming in at, oh my gosh, how many zeros there are. Well, coming in at this level. You can kind of zoom in there if you really are interested. But let's move on. Tom Emmer. So Tom Emmer, congressman, he's a majority whip there for the Republicans in the U.S. Congress. He says that Gensler's SEC sides with Wall Street, not Main Street. I'm proud to join Warren Davidson as a co-lead on his bill, the SEC Stabilization Act, so that we can #fire Gary Gensler. This is a very, very encouraging tweet to see kind of towards the end of the year. I don't think that this bill will pass. I just don't see a clear reason why a institution such as the U.S. Congress that seems to be very influenced by Wall Street would actually oust the SEC, the current SEC chairman. You have to remember that while we're very, very fixated on crypto, kind of in this crypto YouTube space, the rest of the country is not all that concerned with it quite yet. This year is going to change that, right? But right now, I don't know that it's going to have enough momentum. Now, it would be nice if this bill would pass and then they fire Gary Gensler. But as of now, even if they did pass the bill in the Congress, it would have to go pass in the Senate. And then your boy Joseph Biden would have to also sign it, which I don't believe it's in his interest, seeing as some of the decisions that Joseph has made, Mr. President Biden has made, have kind of coincided with a lot of the decisions that Gary Gensler has made. And when I say President Biden, I definitely mean his administration, not necessarily him as an individual, because, well, we'll leave it at that. The Kid Coleman said, KASPA will change the world. Thinks that CAS will change the world. Okay? I'm not sure exactly what that means. I don't think that KASPA will change the world quite yet. I don't think it's sold me on that quite yet. I think that Bitcoin has already done that. KASPA is kind of, in my eyes, it's going to kind of come in and give other proof of work chains a real run for their money, and probably not Bitcoin. I think that Bitcoin is far and away in a different category as KASPA, even though it does have a lot of similarities, proof of work being the chief of most. Drew said, also remember the smaller a token is, the less that technical analysis will work, right? So that's something to keep in mind when you look at it. Something like, probably not KASPA. KASPA is not a small token anymore, but a token like COQ. I don't know what the market cap is for COQ. Let me see if I can find that really quickly. yeah, it's not going to give it to me as fast as I need it. But ultimately, I would not be thinking about technical analysis too much when I'm thinking about trading COQ. You know, it's important to keep in mind for sure, and especially on the lower the time frame you go, the more that the technical analysis can be valid. But if you see on this chart, this only became chartable back in 18th of December, right? So only a few days of data here for chartists to be able to make decisions based off of. So anyway, let's keep moving here. Let's keep moving. We're almost done with the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be getting this last story, and then I will sign off and go rest my weary head, which is pulsating with pressure from the flu that I'm hopefully coming off of very quickly. Bitcoin worth $1 billion leaves exchanges in the largest single-day outflow in 12 months. So this one's pretty big, and it's also really, really interesting. I don't know that I've ever heard of a Bitcoin outflow that significant, and it sounds like it could potentially be coordinated. On Wednesday, just over 28,000 Bitcoin worth $1.1 billion left centralized exchanges, the largest single-day outflow in BTC terms since December 14th of 2022. Okay, so it has happened before that scale, according to the data tracked by blockchain and analytics Glassnode, which is probably one of the leading analysts from a chain analysis standpoint. Net outflows from exchanges are often taken to represent investors' intention to take direct custody of tokens or preference for a long-term holding strategy. The NASDAQ-listed Coinbase, which is the custodian for 9 of the 12 proposed spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds in the U.S. alone, saw an outflow of over 18,000 Bitcoin on Wednesday, per analytics from CryptoQuant. That has the crypto community on social media platform X, maybe you've heard of it, speculating about institutional activity ahead of the expected ETF launch in early January. So guys, is this bullish for Bitcoin? It is very bullish for Bitcoin. To see $1 billion worth of Bitcoin being taken off centralized exchanges, that's exactly what you want to see. You know, and that's what we saw in the last bull market back in 2022, right? So that was very, very, very bullish. Well, 2022 is not the last bull market. I guess that was just the last time that much had been taken off of the exchanges. So we'll leave it there. December 14th of 2022 was the last time that much had been taken off in a single day. That's what it is. Okay. So is it bullish? It is absolutely bullish. Institutions are taking their Bitcoin off of exchanges in anticipation for the spot Bitcoin ETF's approval, of which, you know, Cathie Wood said, I think 2 days ago, that she's not 100% sure of the approval, but it's looking pretty good, right? It's looking pretty good, and a lot of these institutions are very, very excited to finally get some significant gains returned to their clients. They haven't been able to do that in quite some time. Well, guys, I have been T-Shroom. It is about to be 9:30. There's a great show that's about to start that goes much more in-depth on the charts, and that is Piper Academy. You guys can go over there and check it out, Piper Academy. Just search it into YouTube. Let's see. There's Alex O trying to correct me here with the pronunciation of the COQ coin. I pronounce it like that because I know that we have some people who like to watch with their kids around. So, you know, I like to keep it as PG as I can. We like to have fun, but we also like to keep it, you know, as appropriate for the broadest audience that we can. Yeah, we got a lot of fun comments here. Crypto Dave saying you're welcome, guys. Had to hodl my Bitcoin. Yeah, it was all Crypto Dave who took his $1 billion worth of Bitcoin off the exchange. Yeah, absolutely. I love it, guys. Well, guys, if you're just tuning in because you're curious about KASPA, thank you so much. We talk about a lot more than just KASPA here, and consider subscribing to learn more about what we do here at Investing Bros. You know, our real passion is to help people become financially free, you know, and one of the ways that you can do that today is through crypto. So it's very, very important to be careful and be knowledgeable about the risks that are associated with this industry. It is the Wild West, guys, and it's not for everybody. If you have a strong appetite, if you're driven to learn about crypto, then this is the world for you, I do believe. But if you're looking to just make a quick buck, if you've done it before, if you're coming from other traded markets such as futures or stocks, then maybe it's the industry for you. But if you're looking to just make a quick buck, but all you've ever done is, just regular jobs, like maybe you've had some kind of sales position, maybe you've worked as a government employee, I would be very, very careful to buy anything other than the mega cap cryptos, right? So I'm just trying to do this for the noobs, guys. The noobs, I don't want to see people get wrecked in crypto. So what do I mean by that? If you go to coinmarketcap.com, right, you can see that they're ranked by their market cap. So these are mega cap cryptos, right? Some of them are stable coins, which you wouldn't be interested in investing in because it's just basically dollars. It's pegged to the dollar, right? But if you're new to crypto, you really shouldn't be investing outside of the top 10 just because there's a lot of risk in crypto, guys. There's a lot of risk in just user error, clicking and clicking on the wrong links, right? Clicking on and allowing your MetaMask to pair to different things that they shouldn't be paired to, right? There's a lot of risk. And so you don't want to spend too much time trying to hunt what are called gems, right? If you're very, very new to crypto. Now, the more time that you've spent in crypto, if this is your second or even third, bull cycle that you're heading into, then this might be a time to really do the research it takes to understand your securing your crypto and actually go ahead and dive into some lower cap altcoins. But guys, that's going to do it for me. Wanted to have a little bit of a note there for the noobs. If you're tuning in for the first time, you're a noob, right? You need to understand that. You need to understand the risks. If you've been in crypto for some time and you're just finding our channel, welcome. We try to have a conservative approach to crypto while also focusing on, maximizing returns. And we think we do that pretty well. So thank you so much for tuning in. I've been T Shroom and I'm feeling a lot better. And I hope to see you later today at 3 p.m. And we'll do it again. Have fun and I'll see you there.
Trying to make paper, turn that batter to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor, the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shroom's news got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that batter to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.